I love to make homemade jam, but one of the things that puts me off from doing it on a regular basis is how complicated it can be. It's a lot of time-consuming fiddly work that sometimes just isn't worth the effort. Well, today I'm changing everything. I am showing you the easiest jam recipe you will ever find. It takes less than 10 minutes work and there's just 3 ingredients. You are going to absolutely love this. Let's make some beautiful mixed berry jam on the One Pot Chef. This is absolutely the easiest jam recipe you will ever make. And it's great because you can use either fresh berries that are in season, or if they're out of season, you can use frozen berries. Now today I'm using a mixed bag of frozen berries I got from the supermarket. I've got 600 grams, about just under 1.5 pounds of mixed berries. Now we've got strawberries, we've got blackberries, we've got currants, we've got cherries, there's all sorts of different bits and bobs in this. And we're just going to put this straight into a medium-sized saucepan. As you can see, I'm not even defrosting them, they're just getting chucked in frozen. And to that, I'm going to add in 4 tablespoons of maple syrup. Now, if you don't have maple syrup, that's okay. You can just use some honey. That will work just as well. And over a high heat, we are just going to allow this to come to the boil, stirring occasionally. It's been about 5 minutes and our mixture is starting to come to the boil. As you can see, most of the fruit has now defrosted. The smaller berries, like the blackberries and the currants, have all started to soften up. The bigger pieces, like the strawberries, are still a little bit frozen, but that's okay. They will start to defrost and they will soften up and break down as we continue. Now you can see this is boiling, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn this down to medium-low temperature and we're going to allow this to simmer for about 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. Our mixture is finished simmering. I've just turned the heat off and you can see that most of that fruit is now completely dissolved into this beautiful jam mixture. There are still a few big chunks there. Now, if you've got big chunks like the strawberries, give them a bit of a bash with the back of the spoon. If that doesn't work, you can use a potato masher, but please do this very carefully because we are dealing with superheated sugar here, and if you splash yourself with it, you will give yourself a very nasty burn. And definitely do not attempt to taste it at the moment because you will roast the inside of your mouth, and not in a fun way. So that is looking very good there. We're just going to set this aside for a moment while we add in our final ingredient. I've taken the pot completely off the heat, and what I'm going to do now is add in 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. I'm using white chia seeds today, and these are an amazing shortcut because making jam, normally you have to use pectin or some sort of jam setting agent. This is what we're going to be using today instead, because what's going to happen is these are going to mix in, they're going to swell up and take any of the extra moisture in the jam mixture, and they're going to thicken this up naturally. So pour in the chia seeds and we're just going to carefully stir those through. This works more or less the same way if you've ever made a chia pudding, because what it essentially does is just mixes into the liquid and thickens it up, kind of like how cornstarch or corn flour works when you add it into a sauce. But in this case, we're using it to thicken the jam. And because we're doing a berry jam, the chia seeds kind of mix in nicely with the berries because it looks like berry seeds all through it. So you won't even notice they're there. What we'll do is just make sure they're completely mixed in, make sure there's none still floating on the surface. You can see they've all nicely mixed in there now. I'm going to allow this to cool for a few minutes and then we're going to start transferring them into our jars. I've got some little jam jars here. These are 250 milliliter or 1 cup capacity jars. and I've sterilised them. It's important to sterilise jam jars when you're making jam. If you don't know how to sterilise jars, don't panic. Look in the video description underneath this video on YouTube or on the video page on my website, and you will see detailed information about how to sterilise them. Don't worry, it's not complicated. If you've got an oven or a dishwasher, you will be able to do sterilising very easily and quickly. Now, just using a ladle, I'm just going to very carefully transfer this jam mixture into the jars. I managed to get almost 3 full jars out of this. I got 2 full ones and one that's about 3/4 full. That's pretty good. Now all we need to do is put the lids on, make sure the lids are sterilised as are the jars, and we can leave them sealed on the counter for a few hours until they have cooled completely, and then they're right to go into the cupboard for several months unopened. Once opened, keep it in this fridge for about a week. Wow, I can tell you right now, this never lasts a week in my house. This stuff gets eaten so quickly. All right, let's get some lids on. It took a couple of hours for the jars to cool completely. I put the 2 big ones into the kitchen cupboard last night, and this little one I actually put into the fridge to chill overnight. So I had some on some toast this morning for breakfast, and it was phenomenal. Let me show you what our end result is. Look how thick and chunky this beautiful mixed berry jam is, and how easy was that to make. There's no mucking about, you just chuck everything into the pot and let it boil, then simply put it into jars. That is so easy to make. Yum. How gorgeous does that jam look? Seriously, that is just a beautiful, chunky, gorgeous fruity jam. Now, I've got my open one here and I'm going to have a little taste so I can describe it to you. Now, look at that, how yummy is that looking? It's fruit, so it's healthy. Oh, wow. Yum. The one thing that strikes you is that this isn't a super sweet jam like a lot of commercial jams. It's only got the sweetness from the fruit and the maple syrup, so it's not super sugary, but it allows the flavours of the berries to really come forward, because you've got the sweetness and sharpness of the strawberries combined with the blueberries, the blackberries, you've got red and black currants in there, there's even some cherries added to the mix as well, so you really get quite a good mixture. The chia seeds do not actually interfere with anything. You don't even really notice they're there. You can see them, but they look like little seeds, obviously, because they are, but you'd assume that comes from the fruit. So it really doesn't distract, and it's a perfect thickening agent. It's natural, you don't have to muck about with anything. It's easy to use, perfect for this recipe. Now this jam is very versatile. Not only can you use it for sandwiches or spreading on toast, but you can use it as a compote. You can put it on things like pancakes, you can swirl it through yogurt, natural yogurt or Greek yogurt particularly, and of course you can use it as a dessert topping on ice cream or any other dessert you fancy. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Check out my other videos and more content at OnePotChefShow.com. And until next time, see you later. In the comments section, let me know if you plan on making this recipe and what fruits you're planning to make into jam. Take a picture if you do, put it on your social media, tag me in the picture and so I can see it, because I always love to see your creations. So let me know in the comments what your fruity sensation is going to be. Fruity sensation, what am I saying? Oh, I need more coffee. Bye kids.